Up the studio this morning from One-to-One Fit, among other sort of hats that you wear here in the Valley. So good morning to you, Michelle.
Hey,
Glad
Kelly.
to have you here.
Thank you.
You have a lot going on.
I do.
And sometimes I say that, but I really mean it with Michelle, because besides One-to-One Fit, you're offering a whole slew of new sort of ideas and concepts for people.
That's right.
Where do you want to start?
I want to start with the Soul Luminous concept. Okay.
This is going to be a great mind opener for a lot of people. Let's talk about a date. When's this going to happen?
Okay, very important. Wednesday, Wednesday, March 5th.
Okay, March 5th. And what's going to happen?
What is going to happen is that there's going to be a live event. So we're having a workshop that's really inspiring, that's going to launch this new product. And it's called, the whole product is a coaching product called Soul Luminous. But this one particular aspect of it is called Body Luminous. And it's all about a totally revolutionary approach to weight loss. And it digs deeper than that. It's not complicated. It's really, really simple. It's extremely motivating. And what it does is it breaks down all the barriers.
Now, a lot of people, this is sometimes a lifelong battle for people. And they feel, it's like, oh, just another diet or just another, whatever that they're trying, the newest thing. How is this different?
You just pushed all my buttons right there.
I know.
My God.
But it's just great, because I think that you are breaking down some boundaries or barriers for people that traditionally have had such a hard time. And can you imagine not having to worry about your weight or feeling unhealthy or feeling tired? That is something to work for.
That's right. And it is so within every single person's power at this moment. It's regardless of age, gender, geography, everything. So what this is, Body Luminous is, it's a coaching product. So the barriers of, I don't want to join a gym, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, all this stuff, family, schedule, stress, no more.
Right.
Because at this live event, I'll be telling you exactly how you can do it from your home on your schedule.
So those excuses are no longer valid.
With exercise that is more organic to you. Kelly, one of my clients asked, well, how are you going to do that? And I said, well, everyone's going to have a personal assessment. It starts off with that, because I can't help you until not only I know where you're starting from, but you know where you're starting from. So it's part of taking responsibility for where you're at. It's not a punishment, not a criticism, not a judgment. It's like, where are you now? And it's not really even about what you weigh, it's what do you want.
Right, it's progressing in the right direction.
Right.
Because I know through some alternative education things for kids around this area, that it takes the child from where they are in their own path.
Right.
And that's kind of what you're doing for
Exactly.
us.
Right. So for instance, if you wanted to lose 5 pounds, I'd say, okay, why? And
why is that your goal? Yeah.
Yeah, and then you might say, well, because I'll feel better about myself, or I'll fit into my jeans better. And then I'll say, well, what will that bring you if you fit into your jeans better? Well, I'm going to feel a whole lot better about myself, and then what does that bring you? Right. Well, that brings me to really feeling more confident, and then you keep on going. So what it does is it brings you to your truth. It brings you to really what you want, because everybody who goes on a diet, let's face it, all you want to do is you just want to feel good.
Right.
That's all. You want to live a better life.
I think once you get there, you realize that.
Right.
But when you're in the struggle or you haven't gotten there ever,
right,
that's what you're really like. It's just weight. It's all weight.
Yeah.
And
you know what? And that weight, like the struggle, that's weight. Mm-hmm. The struggle is weight. When you're fighting against something, when you're trying to count calories all the time, that is so counterintuitive. It is so against where you want to go. So Body Luminous is about embracing and adding in. People say, well, what do you eat? Well, and we had talked about this earlier. It's like, well, I eat as organic as I possibly can, as close to whole foods as I possibly can, but it took me 52 years to get here.
Right.
Okay, and it's a series of steps, and behind every step, and the more I get educated, and this is what I want to pass on to everybody through this program, the more you educate yourself and the more you form beliefs around what you're doing for exercise, or what you're doing for eating, what your family's doing for eating, what you're doing to de-stress, the more you learn and then form a belief around it, that is where your lifestyle starts. It's not by picking up a book and going, I'm a type A,
Right.
I'm a, blood type A or blood type B, and so I'm not going to eat grapefruit, deer meat, or graham crackers anymore. But those are the three things I love the most. That's so unfortunate.
I know. Yeah, it's not about denying yourself the simple pleasures in life.
No, it's about a whole new concept. And I have a coach, and she said, Michelle, well, what's your meal plan? I'm like, Melanie, there isn't a meal plan. The plan is, what do you like? What do you like to eat for breakfast? How many times a day do you eat now? And let's start there. And the difference between someone, and this goes for anybody in any industry, not just weight loss or fitness, or it goes for television, it goes for everything. So that person over there who has the ultimate success that you want, the difference between that person and you is that they went for it and developed a belief system and lived it and didn't look back. They might have fallen back a little bit here and there because that's all part of the journey, but they didn't look back. They believed it, they love it, they went for it, and every small decision becomes that. So if I were to say to you, did you know that pesticides can make you fat? They change your whole hormonal structure.
Well, that's because when you're saying that, I've read it and I've heard it, but it's just so amazing because a lot of people might not have heard that.
Right, and so this...
It's not always just you.
In the Body Luminous product, that's what I'm talking about. There are things that are fighting against your body that you don't even know. And I want to educate you on it. And I have the experience of all the education and having gone through and made all the mistakes for you already. Right. Okay? So I've condensed it down. But if I told you, okay, now this is where beliefs start. A belief starts on a choice, okay? I'm talking about the choice of organic. If I told you that every single person, okay, every American, even when you try not to, it doesn't matter, just because of the way our food is produced, we can't help it, ingest 1 gallon of pesticide.
Oh my goodness.
Every year.
For every year?
Every year, 1 gallon a year. Ugh. You do, that's the truth. It is, okay? Now, if you drank that 1 gallon right now, you would be totally irresuscitatable. I would not be able to bring you back to life. Nothing would. No anti-venom, nothing.
There's no cure for that.
But somehow every single day having just a little bit is okay. Okay, and so when you look at our society now and everyone's like, oh, the kids are so fat, they're not exercising. You know what? Yeah, they need to exercise if they're not, but we get this poison coming in, so it's an absolute imperative that you try to eat as organic as possible. Now what just happened when we had that conversation, you're like, now you have that gift of awareness, and so now there's a belief.
It's going to be in the back of your mind, and you start to make those small choices that lead to big changes.
And that is what Body Luminous is about. It's about educating you about calories, educating you about the quality of your food, not telling you to eat 1,200 calories, not saying you have to run or walk 5 miles a day.
It's a livable plan.
It's a livable plan that's organic to you, where you are, who you are, the food you like, whether you have a family or not, what's your stress level, and let's just try to balance it out. And it's an add-in and embrace and belief approach that is ongoing. So it includes education, inspiration. I mean,
so it's like a year-long program, but the initial kickoff is March 5th.
Yeah, it's March 5th. Big incentive to join. And you know what the price point is, Kelly? Okay, talk about barriers. It's $29 a month.
Perfect.
Yeah, for live coaching, me. And you get your own personal assessment.
You're
every
gonna be
month.
busy.
It's going to be great because you get to do it virtually. So you just call in and we're all in a group chat together, and it's so awesome. And you get all these handouts. I cannot wait. I am so excited. I've been working on this for a whole year.
Oh, great!
Yeah,
this is just like another piece of the puzzle for you. I feel like you've done a lot for businesses for people, for the gym for people, and now this is just one more piece.
It is
adding into the complete picture. So that's a real great addition. March 5th. 6 p.m. It's going to be at Margarita Grill.
It is.
And they need reservations.
They do.
Okay.
Yep.
And so how do they get those?
They can get those by calling 1-to-1-FIT 356-9350, or they can email me personally at 121mich@live.com.
Okay, great.
Okay, and on my Facebook page is 1-to-1. It's in my Soul Luminous website. It is all over the place there, so you can.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
all
check that out.
Good. So the March 5th, that's the first presentation, and we don't have a lot of time, but I want to talk about a great program that you have going on at 1-to-1-FIT.
Yes.
Which I love 1-to-1-FIT. Now, we were talking off stage, and I was not off stage, off camera, and I said, I just feel like this is my second home. that makes me feel better when I'm here. You guys had hockey on the TV and I'm working out. I'm like, this is great. And it really is a great place. You keep it clean, it's friendly, it's informative. You have latest technology in there. And the latest program that you've introduced, a mentor program.
That's right. We're really, really excited about this. There's a lot of things going on in February with our schedule and everyone else's schedule. So I'm like, you know what? We're going to do March mentoring. And so it's a gift from our heart to you, members and non-members alike. So what we're having members and people who want to join do is that you can mentor a young person between the ages of 12 and 16 and bring them in for free. So that's another barrier we broke down, because it's essential that they develop a skill. Once they learn how to work out in a gym, they can take that anywhere. And so now it doesn't cost you anything. So, you know, you kind of like, there's no more barriers there.
How do they sign up for that?
All they have to do is come into the gym and fill out a membership form. So that starts on March 1st.
Okay, March 1st. We'll mark our calendars for that. Michelle, thank you so much. Again, why don't you give the information on getting the reservations for your March 5th presentation on Soul Luminous? Will you give the information, the phone number?
Oh, yeah, 356. I'm
like, deliver.
356-9350. That's the gym. Again, you can email me at 121mich@live.com. And I'm going to be on again before this, because I'm bringing in Starting Point as part of my Soul Luminous live event, because that will be a benefit for Starting Point, and that's really important.
Wonderful. Yes, we have to have you back on to just talk about Starting Point, too.
Yeah.
So, Michelle, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Always a pleasure to have you on the show. And folks, we have to give away one more thing, so maybe we can fit it in 5 minutes if our director lets us. So hang with us. We'll be right back to end the show.
When you need